Hey you guys, and welcome! Today's video is going to be a record collection video. I've got pretty much all of my records here. I tried to separate them out from Andrew, my boyfriend's records, and then our roommate Daniel's. So I think that I got most of mine here. I did grab some of Andrew's too, like ones that we listened to together a lot, just because I thought that I'd share those ones. So first, I have Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. This one we listened to the first time I came over to Andrew's house, and he put this on as we were all trying to fall asleep, and it was really loud, but I mean, it's a good choice. For falling asleep, not the most relaxing. Then we have Bob Dylan's New Morning. This one's one of my favorite ones to listen to in the morning. What'd you think of that? I mostly listen to records in the morning time or when I'm cooking, just because the record player is right there. I can pop a record on, something I can listen to while I'm making food. Next we've got CCR's Green River. We got lots of CCR. These ones I grabbed from the kitchen because we listen to them a lot, so they're just on the top here. Cosmo's Factory. This one's my favorite one. I listen to this one probably the most out of all of my records. Love It to Death, Alice Cooper. This one I listened to a lot as a teenager on my record player. And then just the Creedence Clearwater Revival. Andrew got me this, I think one year for my birthday or Christmas. He got me a ton of records one year. This was one of them, of course. He got me a lot of Tommy James and the Shondells, and of course Crimson and Clover was one of them. Oh, this is another one that I listened to a lot, up with Love It to Death. This was probably one of my top listened to records. Electric Warrior from T-Rex. I found this one in a record store in Appleton when I lived there for like a month. It was a really cute record store, but I had been looking for this record forever, so I was pretty stoked when I found this one. And then a Blood, Sweat, and Tears record, which I found, I think, while I was with Olivia and Hyro in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Another one of the Tommy James and the Shondells that Andrew had gotten me. This one I got, I think, when I was in high school, and I just remember seeing this album cover and I was like, well, that's really cool that it's like shiny and everything. I don't know, I just really loved the way that this cover was, and that it was like all rock and roll songs. The Bee Gees, classic. Nazareth, Birds, and I love this sticker that's on here, the Nice Price, that's cute. Lou Reed, I think that this is Andrew's, but Andrew doesn't really listen to Lou Reed, so I'm not super sure. I love this album though, so I had to include this. Oh, the Tragic Easy Action album, which really isn't Easy Action, it's actually Killer, but you guys know that story from my LA vlog kind of video. And then this Hey Jude record, which I'm pretty sure is Andrew's too. This no cover one, because that poster back there with Mark and Mickey Finn is actually the cover for this. This one Andrew got me. He knows that I just love T-Rex. This is such a good album cover too. Their outfits, colorful, they look cute, precious. Black's cute too. My real killer album. I love the back of this album. So cute. Alice looks amazing. Andrew gave me this one too, with the bunch that he got me for my birthday / Christmas one year. This was one of my first records that I got, probably just at an antique mall. It's just kind of like a mix of all different 50s rock songs, so it was another fun one to put on and dance. This is also Andrew's. Great record though. Had to include it. Oh my gosh, my School's Out record. I love this record so much because, fun facts, the original record came with some panties in it, but I love this record because it looks like a school desk, and it even like opens up like a desk. You pull out the record and you've got all the stuff that's inside your desk here, picture, and even these little flaps here open up, and then you can sit it up like this and you've got a desk. It's so cute, and the fact that this came with underwear originally is so cool, so I can't wait till one day I find that and it is in my possession. Things like this is why I love Alice Cooper. He's so cool and so creative and always does just outrageous things. We got another Steppenwolf one. This one is from my ex-boyfriend. This is the Australian Beatles for sale, so he got me this because he was also Australian. This Doors record, another one of my favorites. This AC/DC one's gotta be Andrew's because Andrew loves AC/DC. Hard Day's Night, Let It Be, Bringing It All Back Home, some Bob, Abbey Road, Neil Diamond, I think my grandpa maybe gave it to me, and I'm not sure if I've listened to this really. This one I really do like. This is like good, relaxing, chill, nighttime vibes. The Monkees. My grandma always gives me Monkees albums because I think that they're a very popular 60s band that she knows, and she knows that I like the 60s, even though the Monkees aren't like my favorite. It's really sweet of her, and I cherish these because she, you know, thinks of me and knows that I love like old music. Tug of War, George Harrison, Living in the Material World. This is just like a greatest hits, but honestly, I love this. The Simon and Garfunkel one was one of my favorite ones listening to when I was first getting into records and listening to vinyl. Same for this one, honestly, just Simon and Garfunkel, another greatest hits. Another Monkey one, probably from my grandmother. The Rolling Stones, I don't even know if I've listened to this one. I think that maybe I did and I just didn't really like it, so we got a Kiss one here. This Joni Mitchell one was from Andrew as well. We've got another Kiss one. After I went and saw them live, I was so obsessed that I went and found all of the Kiss records I could possibly find and listened to them nonstop. And then I got this Donovan one in Duluth, Minnesota too, I believe. Here's some early ones. I got the Four Seasons and Dion and the Four Seasons. Those are some early records I listened to. I got them probably at an antique market, I think in Stillwater, Minnesota. Oh, same for this one too, another Dion one. I remember the ladies at the checkout were asking Cassie and I, they're like, do you even know who Dion is? And I was like, lady, why do you gotta be like that? Like, come on. Why are you trying to insult us? We like your music. Let's just bond and be happy together. Oh, here's another Monkey one. Probably from my grandma again. She's really sweet like that. This Kinks one from Andrew as well, Sleepwalker. I really like this Association one too, even though it is a greatest hits too, you know. No hate to greatest hits albums, honestly. Sometimes you just need those hits. We got the Help motion picture soundtrack. So yeah, you can believe how confused I was the first time I put this on. I was like, what are these random instrumentals? But yeah, it's the motion picture soundtrack. Not just the album. This is a tragic story actually. This was my first record ever given to me by my boyfriend in high school, and it's my favorite Beatles album. I also had an electric fireplace in my bedroom growing up, and I didn't have a record player when I first got this, so I just kind of set it up to display it, show off the cover and everything because I thought it was cute. But I set it by the fireplace, and it just got so hot that it really warped, and when I finally did get a record player and put it on to play, it sounded pretty disturbing actually. We've got the Byrds. A lot of these are from when I first started collecting records because I did listen to records more then. I feel like it's just not as convenient in the house that I'm in now because before I just had my record player out right next to my bed where I could always put on a record, and that was kind of like something I did every single night, but it's just not something I do all the time now because our records are in one room, record players are in another, so eventually we'll have a room where we've got like shelves next to the record player, and we'll probably start collecting more then. I've got this Mamas and the Papas one that my dog decided to eat apart, so if you see any bite marks on any records in the past, it's definitely from my old dog Presley. This one is hilarious because it's like a ripoff of the Monkees. Like you can see that it's not spelt with two E's, so it's not even the actual Monkees, it's a ripoff of the Monkees, but my grandma gave me this. She didn't realize probably, but I thought that this was actually hilarious. Another Tommy James one that Andrew gave me. So funny. More Tommy James. Oh my gosh, would you look at that? I wonder why. Revolver, a bite taken out, but I think that this is Andrew's, so I don't know the story behind that bite. Oh, this ELO one, my cousin Hannah gave me this, and I was pretty stoked. I used to stay with her all the time when I worked in the Twin Cities, so one day I came home from work and she was like, I have something for you, and it was this, and I love ELO, so I was pretty stoked. And then finally we have Sgt. Pepper's, and I can't believe that's all of it. But yeah, like I said, I haven't really been collecting records just because we don't have space to keep accumulating things like that at our house. As for now, this is what we've got. It's a pretty good start, and I mean, Andrew's got a ton more, Daniel's got a ton here. So this is pretty much just mine with a couple of Andrew's that I thought were really important to throw in. I can't believe that I don't have any Velvet Underground albums. That's kind of what I'm looking for now, just because I'm realizing that there is none in my collection, which is really weird because they're one of my favorite bands. Also, you guys, as a side note, since we're finished talking about the records here, I wanted to say thank you guys via video actually now for 15K on Instagram. I recently changed my Instagram username from Crimson and Clover _ to Devyn Crimson, just to make things more cohesive. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, you should go check it out. It's a lot of fun over there, really good community of like 60s and 70s people. If you haven't discovered that group of people over on Instagram, it's amazing, so welcome and check it out. I also have a giveaway going on right now where I've partnered up with some of my favorite female-owned brands like Mindflowers, Breezy Sweets Vintage, Baby Cave Vintage, and also the Love Revolution shop. We've got some cool prizes going on, so you should head over to my Instagram at Devyn Crimson and enter there. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one.